It was just over a week ago that another manhole cover flew into the air, this time crashing into a local business. We've been tracking these exploding manhole covers for months now. Back on September 26, one exploded on North Pearl Street, and it was just a week before that a manhole exploded in the same area. Well, the next day, a cover exploded off the top of a manhole on 5th Avenue in Troy, and an explosion sent a manhole cover into the air in Glens Falls on October 11th. At first, we were told by National Grid that these explosions are extremely rare, but that's starting not to ring so true with our viewers. After last week's explosion, the company told us it was investigating and would have a report out shortly. Today, Chris Gloninger went searching for some answers, and he joins us live now in the newsroom with more on just what the company is saying tonight. Chris?
Liz, we've been working on this part of the story since it happened last week, and we were told by National Grid that we'd have answers by Friday. That didn't happen, so we tried again today.
We found that we had a burnout on one of our underground cables in that area.
You might wonder what caused the burnout. We may never know.
Where there was, smoldering like that, the equipment gets so burned up that it's difficult to know for sure exactly what caused it to start smoldering.
National Grid spokesman Steve Brady told me that it's easier to find problems with above-ground lines. A simple 1-hour fix above ground might take 12 hours below. From this cover to this cover, it's about 50 feet, and it's all underground. So the problem is it's hard to fine-tune and pinpoint a problem once there is an issue.
It often can be extremely difficult, if not nearly impossible, to see down an entire length of a particular conduit.
They have very small cameras that go through the human body to check problems. Is there an equivalent to checking cables, sending cameras down through those conduits to see if there are problems?
That I don't know.
According to Brady, the company's still working on a solution. What is that solution? I couldn't get a clear-cut explanation. As far as a timeline, he couldn't answer that either. Is that just a time thing? Is that a cost thing? Is that a mixture of both?
In some cases, it's simply a matter of needing to put together a work plan.
Brady gave me no idea on how long that would take. If somebody was killed or injured, would the response have been different?
I'm not going to speculate on that.
And Liz, when we went back to Broadway this afternoon, utility crews were below ground checking some of those cables. Last week, the company told me it wouldn't be cost effective to change all the cables throughout the entire city.
Makes you wonder, though, Chris, who's overseeing the work that's done by National Grid?
Liz, that's the Department of Public Services, and I tried reaching out to them earlier this morning, and I'll have their reaction to all of this coming up on the CBS 6 News tonight starting at 6 o'clock.
Well, we'll look forward to that. Thanks very much, Chris. And as Chris was just saying, money has been a factor when it comes to repairs. Representatives say that trying to keep track of the status of all these underground wires just is not cost effective. We wonder just what kind of budget National Grid is dealing with to put this all in perspective. So according to Forbes, National Grid CEO Stephen Holliday made just over $2 million for his work in 2011. His salary was $946,000, but with bonuses, he topped that $2 million mark. As far as earnings go, according to Bloomberg, National Grid had a net profit of $2.8 billion in 2011.